This says triangle UVW, and this says is congruent to triangle JHI. Okay, so they're telling you that the triangles are congruent. Okay, all we need to do is mark them up. Okay, the easiest is to do the insides. So again, if you were to do that 1, 2, 3 method, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, angle U is in the first spot on the first one, so he's going to get 1 on the inside, 1 rainbow. Okay, V is in the second spot, so he's going to get 2. 1, 2. The W is in the third spot, so he's going to get 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've marked all our angles. Okay, on that one. Same thing over here. The J is in the first spot, so the J is going to get a 1 for the angle marker. Okay, the H is on the second spot, so he's going to get a 2, and then obviously this one is going to get a 3. So we've marked all the angles. Okay, the hardest part on these are the sides. Okay. So for the sides, you can only do like from letter to letter. So notice how this is like 1, 2. So we're looking for UV. Find UV. It's going to get a 1. Okay. And you're going to do the same thing over here. JH is going to get a 1. Okay. For the second one, okay, because we use spot 1 and 2, we can do spot 2 and 3. So, VW is going to get a 2, and 2, 3 on this side is going to be HI. That's going to get a 2. Okay, well, if we did our 1s and 2s, what's the last one have to be? 3. Okay, so you can fill in the 3. 1, 2, 3. So this guy's going to get a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and again, remember, we use rainbows for the inside, for the angles. For the side lengths, you're just going to use like a minus sign or a dash. Yes, sir.
Wait, did you say you don't have to put the ones?
Today we are. That's all we're doing.
Oh,
There's nothing else on the paper. Okay, so today we're focusing on the lines. Okay, so this problem's done. Okay, that's it. That's all you're doing is marking every angle, every side for the congruences. Okay. Okay, and the angles are the easiest to do out of them just because they're the fastest, okay? So, again, we can say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, R is going to get a 1 because he's in spot 1. Q is going to get a 2, 1, 2, and P then is going to get a 1, 2, 3. Okay, on the second triangle, F is going to get a 1. He's in the first spot. P is going to get a 2. And D is going to get a 1, 2, 3. Nancy, get off your phone. I'm saying. That's strike 1. Definitely. Okay. For the sides, for this very first one, RQ is going to get a 1. And FP is going to get a 1. Okay. And then we check spot 2, 3. So spot 2, 3 is going to be QP. QP, goes from here, QP is going to get a 2. And then PD on the other one is going to get a 2. Okay, and then obviously the other one is going to be a 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, for the 3, keep in mind, so if you're like, oh, I'm not sure. Okay, the 3 is 3, 1. Okay, because we did 1, 2, 2, 3, and then you got to go 3, 1 in order to cover them all. Okay, but once you figure out the first 2, you don't even really need to do the last one. Okay, number 5. Again, if we do that 1, 2, 3 method, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I is going to get a 1, J is going to get a 2, and H is going to get a 3. Okay, on the other one, I is going to get a 1, C is going to get a 2, so then D has to be 3. Okay, for the line segments, okay, IJ, so IJ is going to get a 1, IC is going to get a 1. Okay, JH, that's in spot 2, 3, JH is gonna get a 2, and CD is gonna get a 2. Okay, and so obviously this side is gonna be the 3. Okay, all of you be on question 7. So question 7 is where it's probably the only exception out of all these, and it's because the triangles are on the same like side. Okay, so the angles are still going to be the same. Okay, so angle N is going to get a 1, L is going to get a 2, and M is going to get a 3. And I just did these on the wrong one. N, L, and M. As I'm saying, those are the most difficult ones. I drew all mine in the wrong thing. Okay. Okay, and then we got L and Q. So we're gonna get L, N is gonna get a 2, and Q is gonna get a 3. Okay, for the sides. Okay, again, this LMN goes to this triangle, and this is going to go to this triangle. Okay, so LMN. Okay, so NL is going to get a 1. Okay, and then if we look on this side, the same 1, 2, 1, 2, LN is also going to get a 1, but that's the same line. Okay, so it's no different than if I took this piece of paper and I folded it perfectly in half, right? This crease right here, it's the same crease on this side as on this side because I never cut it. Okay, so when we do the 1 is just going to be there in the middle because they're the same. LN and NL are the same thing. Okay, so that's our 1. For our 2s, okay, I'm going to get LM. So LM is going to get a 2 and NQ is going to get a 2. And so there's only one side left to get a 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I have a question. So I can't just do.
No.
No. Well, how do you know which one is which then?
So because this is, and that's what we talked about yesterday about the vertex, because it's LMN is this triangle. And we're going for congruence. It's telling you the statement, these are 2 congruent, so you need to mark them. So N on this side is gonna get a 1, he's gonna get a 2, and he's gonna get a 3.
So this is a 1, this is a 4.
Just on that one, and then on the other triangle, he's gonna get a 1, he's gonna get a 2, he's gonna get a 3.
Okay, because I did that on the wrong one.
And then that's what you get from it. Okay, if you guys were working ahead, I really hope that you watched me do number 7, because Hanson just did her whole page wrong in pen. Just saying. Okay, so.
One problem, guys.
Yeah, but it was those type of problems, honestly. Okay? And no, as a good example, so Hanson said this. She said, well, if this one was 1, then this one is obviously 1. So she kind of drew it like that and did 2 and 2. Okay, but that's not true. And that's not always the case. Okay, you can't do that. Just because they're right next to each other doesn't mean that the angle is the same. Because really what we're doing is marking these and saying, well, this one is 45, so this one has to be 45. And this is 60, and this one has to be 60. But that's not true. Okay, you have to go with the statement. Okay, so although, you know, she did hers in pen, which is a no-no, that is a very good point because they're touching. A lot of you guys will think like, oh, to go ahead and do that. Okay, so if you were not watching that one, then go back and copy off somebody or something. Okay, 9, we got F is going to get 1, F, G, E, and so that's going to be this top triangle. F is going to get 1, G is going to get a 2, and E is going to get a 3. Okay, FQR is going to be this bottom one. So F is going to get a 1, Q is going to get a 2, and Hanson, you know that the only time that that's true, actually, is on these ones. And it's because, and let's see, what are these angles called? Okay, and so they're equal, so the only time that you can ever do that is when they're like separated like that, and that's because you're gonna see that these, they're gonna be a midpoint. They split that up into two equal sections. Okay, FG is gonna get a 1, FQ is gonna get a 1. Okay, GE is gonna get a 2, QR is gonna get a 2. And then, so obviously this one has to be a 3. Okay, 11, I is gonna get a 1, G is gonna get a 2, and H is gonna get a 3. On the other triangle, D is gonna get a 1, E is gonna get a 2, and H is gonna get a 3. Okay, IG on the first one is gonna get a 1. DE is gonna get a 1. Okay, and then we go GH is gonna get a 2, and EH is gonna get a 2, and then this guy is gonna get a 3. Okay, the rest of the sheet is for you guys to do. Get the rest of the sheet done. And then while you guys are doing that, I do have your test graded. I just need to put them in the computer real quick, and then I will give them back to you.